So welcome to my final thoughts for Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World. Yes, the two big launch titles for the Nintendo Switch 2. And before I begin, I will ask you guys, are you interested in the Switch 2? Are you picking up Donkey Kong Bonanza? Are you into Mario Kart World? Let me know down below. So yes, the credits have rolled for Donkey Kong Bonanza for me, and I played so much Mario Kart World that I had to come in and give my 2 cents on what I think about these games now that I've played them for a lot of time. So let's start off with Donkey Kong Bonanza. And what a wild game, what a wild ride, and it was not the ride that I expected to begin with. And I want to say to begin with, it is a drug-filled, fever dream of a game, the likes of which I have not played in a very long time. I was trying to think of another game that this reminded me of. I'm like, no, this is its own thing. It's a smash fest. It's complete controlled chaos. Even though at times it feels like chaos, it's really well put together. And I really want to say this does not feel like a traditional Donkey Kong game in any regard. They went their own direction, as we know. They were following, Mario Odyssey, that team, and said, hey, let's go and do a brand new game with Donkey Kong in it. So this is a brand new game, but here's the thing. There are characters from Donkey Kong Country that do make an appearance. Woohoo! And that, for me, kind of made it feel like a Donkey Kong game again, because you're running around, smashing everything, jumping from platform to platform to collect bananas. The destructive environments are great, the way to traverse the levels are great, but it's really fascinating. As I'm going through the levels, I'm like, where am I going? Am I going this way? Am I going this way? And somehow, I always find my way through the level. Yes, you can put assist mode on, that will make the game a little bit easier for you and show you where to go, or you can just play the regular mode and hit the L button and you can see where the song frequencies are going and you follow them to your next kind of location. But it's wild because some of the levels are really big, but they're really brilliantly constructed. Like, I'm running around and I'm like, I don't know, has Nintendo figured this out? Are they just putting things randomly at places? No, everything is meticulously figured out. And as you go through the game, it gets more and more complicated, especially with getting different forms. All of these are very unique, they have their own abilities, and they help you traverse the levels in many, many different ways. And you'll be going back and forth between these forms all of the time. And it really gave me Wonder Boy vibes of turning into different monsters to get to different locations. And I really liked that aspect of it. I thought it was very imaginative for a Donkey Kong game to change into some of these different forms. And these different forms really look different from your original Donkey Kong character. And the other thing that I really liked was leveling up your character. I basically really stuck with increasing my health. That's what I really did, and it saved me a couple of times. Some boss encounters, I would get right down to the last little heart that I had, and I was like, well, thankfully I used all my skill points for that, and I appreciate that. I love skill trees, especially in action games, and having it in a Donkey Kong game was pretty cool. And there's so many different bonus levels to do to get different bananas. And your main mission is you're going down to the planet's core and you're going level by level by level. And for anybody in there that's going to say, how much gameplay is here? Am I going to get my money's worth out of the game? There's a lot to collect. There's a lot to pick up. There's a lot to explore in this game to get 100% completion. Was I a 100% completionist? No, I've never been that type of guy. I just like getting through the levels and finishing the game and doing it that way. But what I will say is, I think it took me around 15 hours-ish to get through the game, but I can see there being another like 15 to 20 hours in there to get everything.
3 ready to go.
Another thing that me and my friends were talking about was the idle animation of Donkey Kong and Pauline. Yes, we're talking about some spoilers here. Very cool stuff and very, very cute and very cartoony, and just that's the Nintendo way, where they have these little bits of animation and these little bits of flair that take this beyond just an action platformer. And that also goes into the sound design, and that's something I didn't get a chance to talk about in my first thoughts. The sound design in this game is so rewarding. Punching things, smashing things, every sound really comes through your speakers so well, and it really encompasses you as you're playing it. And that's something that I don't know if a lot of people are talking enough about, is the sound design. It's fantastic. Never mind, the music has some very, very memorable tracks. And yes, the camera is an issue. It is an issue. While you're playing the game above ground, it's really good. It works really well. But as soon as you start bashing through caverns and going underground, sometimes I was like spinning the camera and I'm like, where am I? What is going on? But when you kind of realize what they're kind of doing with these destructible environments and being able to sometimes go anywhere through the levels, it's remarkable, but it can be confusing and it can be frustrating with the camera. The camera is not perfect in any regard, and I want everybody to realize that who have not played the game yet. The camera is really strange when you start going underground and going to the left and to the right and all over the place. Another bit of charm, though, is the young Pauline singing. I love it when you go up to different places and she'll sing to unlock things.
DK, give me a beat.
Hauntingly unusual and weird for a Donkey Kong game. And just running around with her is really different and unusual. You know, getting back to some of the idle animation is really nice. But the animation in general in this game and the frame rate, for the most part, is very, very good.
Oh yeah.
And my final thoughts for Donkey Kong Bonanza are, this is a great game. This is a game of the year. This is an unexpected gem of a game that we really didn't expect to be as good as it was. All of my friends have been talking about it, and we had all made up our minds. Some of us had played it earlier on at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, and we made up our mind then. We thought, oh, it's this weird offshoot Donkey Kong game. Kind of, we just smash things. It's not really that good. No, this game is great. There's so much to it, but it's a weird, as I said to begin with, a weird drug fever dream of a game. This game is insanity, but it is controlled insanity. Once again, I'm stating that you're running around, you're like, this is outrageous. And it's meant to be outrageous. The graphics are meant to be outrageous. The levels are, the characters that you meet, the strange places that you go. This is unlike any game that I've ever played, and that's why this succeeds for me. That if they had just done a Donkey Kong game, that would have been cool. But I liked it that they took a risk and did something really different and put themselves out there, because you can really do risks and they don't pay off. I remember when they did Luigi's Mansion back on the GameCube, that was taking a risk. And for the most part, for a lot of people, it didn't pay off for them. But in general, over time, with the franchise as it built, we all loved Luigi's Mansion. Well, most of us do. This is one of those types of games. This is kind of like a Luigi's Mansion for the Nintendo Switch 2, in that it's an original game starring Donkey Kong.
Hard stuff.
Next up is Mario Kart World. This was one of the big flagship launch titles by Nintendo for the Switch 2, and I think everybody probably picked this up. We all loved Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so we were really happy to jump in here. What are my thoughts about this? And I want to start off by saying Nintendo and Disney have a lot in common. They do, in that they have these really big franchises and they control them intensely. And that's why Nintendo and Disney are very much go hand in hand that way. And the reason why I even bring this up is the one thing that really stood out to me is that it really feels that you're going to Disneyland or Disney World. It does, because when you look at the map, there's all these different themed like worlds that are all connected. And it's wild to see. And while I was playing the game, I just came back from Disneyland, maybe about a month and a half ago. And this game was really giving me those vibes of going on an amusement park trek through the theme park known as the Mario Kart World universe. They've done a great job by combining every single thing from Mario Kart and Mario's World in general all into one game. There are so many vehicles, there are so many carts, there are so many fan-based little moments throughout the entire game that they really spent a good amount of time making this game. And yes, it was originally a Switch 1 game that they thought, you know what, let's put it onto the Switch 2 and enhance it for that. And I can feel that. The one thing I want to say, and I don't think this is controversial to say, that the graphics feel like just a little step up. They don't feel like, whoa, this is a completely brand new Mario Kart game. Yes, it is in the world setting and what they've done. All the levels are new. But the graphics and all that feel like just a bump up from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I think that's what kind of holds the game back a little bit for me. Now, that's not taking anything away. The graphics in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe were unbelievable. And I always said, how are they going to beat this? Where they've just kind of upgraded a little bit with the graphics. But what's here is beautiful, and they've upgraded a lot of the characters' looks, and they've incorporated so much from past Mario Kart games into this game, with the themes, with the levels, with the music. It's a real nostalgia thing. And I'm going to say something that I didn't think I was going to say in this kind of review, final thoughts, is that I got a little emotional playing Mario Kart World. Yes, just a little emotional just thinking back to all of the Mario Kart games I played over the years. I'm playing Mario Kart 64 with my dad watching me back in the day and thinking, I'm still playing these games. And I love it. I love all the little sound effect cues to start the race. And I just love racing around. And the one thing I will say about this game that I really, really do like is the level of skill in this game. This is a game you can jump into, play, and have a great time. But if you keep coming back to it like I did over and over and over again, there is a lot to learn. There's a lot to master. And it's honestly like becoming a great martial artist. You can go in and learn the basic moves, but if you want to become a master, you got to learn everything. And that includes the wall jumps, the grinding, and just memorizing the levels in general to know what's coming up. But there's so many techniques, especially with the feather. And no, I got the feather to begin with. I'm like, what do I do with this? And it gives you a little jump at certain times to the end of a level. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. The other thing I want to say, I played a lot of online Mario Kart. And I can say that I don't play a lot of online anything. I do with some fighting games, but other than that, I don't. But I found myself coming into Knockout Tour all the time. And I don't have any of it recorded. I swear I did this. But I would get first a bunch of times, and it's one of those things that makes you feel like a hero to beat other people online in a Mario Kart game. And that's when I kind of realized, yes, I was enjoying the game more and more and more because I was getting better and better and better at it by playing it over and over and over again. This is a game you can't just come in and do a first thoughts on and go, that's it. You have to really delve into all the technique and everything this game has to offer. I do have some criticisms, and I was talking about the graphics a little bit, but also some of the levels are really big and sometimes a little drawn out. That's the only thing I gotta say. Yes, they try to fill it up with some enemies on the screen coming towards you. They feel like add-on things, and I gotta say, this is a very strange Mario Kart game for me. That for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it was a 10 out of 10 game, especially with all the DLC they added. Where this game is a solid 8 out of 10. It's a solid 8 out of 10. And all of the hours I played on it, I kept saying to myself, I'm loving this game. I'm loving this game. But it never hit the ceiling for me. But I think it's a great, one of the best Mario Kart racers that has ever been created. When you play this game, you can have a great time with your friends, online, just playing on your own, listening to some of those old emotional tracks from past Mario Kart games. It's a great experience. It's a great experience. Is it a great launch game for the Switch 2? Yes. Yes, it is. Would I have liked it to be a little bit better? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is going to be crazy to say, I enjoyed Donkey Kong Bonanza more than Mario Kart World, in the sense that I felt like it gave me something really unique and something very Nintendo-ish, where this game was giving me a lot of the same that I've done before, and it just didn't have some of that wow factor, even though it does have wow factor moments in it, right? It just never steps above itself too much. But it's a great game. I can't state that enough. I'm not bashing Mario Kart World. I guess I had built it up in my mind. You hear Mario Kart World, you're thinking, oh, I want more and more and more. And it's going to be a huge thing. And it is. But it just delivers a little bit differently. But there's a lot to unlock. There's a lot to do in this game. Even battle mode is fantastic. And yes, it's like a big themed Disney ride with Nintendo characters going from level to level to world. It's incredible stuff. And what they were able to design here is amazing. It's really an amazing game. I just want to say that I have had such a great time in the launch window of the Switch 2 playing and really completing a lot of these games. I'm looking forward to future Switch 2 games. I'm looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 now. Like, I'm really excited about that. And some of the other games that they'll probably announce a little bit before Christmas time. And I'm filming this, I just want to say, before any Nintendo Directs, so if they've just announced something, I missed out on it because I'm doing this ahead of the time, so don't hold me to it too much. But I will ask you guys, what do you think of the Nintendo Switch 2? Are you liking it? Are you loving it? Are you hating it? Are you waiting on it? Are you picking up Donkey Kong Bonanza? Do you have it? Are you playing it? And what do you think of Mario Kart World? Let me know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.